Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, we're just having a fun recap, review, just Kiki session of The Real Housewives of Potomac's latest episode and series in general. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it when we go live. And also share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. Also, don't forget that we also have self-care and wellness and self-love content. Check out those videos on the channel. And also check out the description box down below. We have courses, podcasts, books, movies, a lot of stuff. And also join our newsletter. So with that, you guys, let's dive into talking about the ladies of Potomac. So I think what we'll do is let's go through the episode, and then as you have your questions and comments, put it down in the description box down below, and we can get into it. So with that, here we go. All right. So the Real Housewives of Potomac are back to see who will retain the crown between the Grande Dame and Cha-Cha. So as we know, there has been this ongoing feud between Karen, the Grande Dame, and Charisse Cha-Cha. In my personal opinion, there is no feud. Like, clearly it is Karen is the Grande Dame. It's unclear as to why Giselle, Neck, and boring Robin are siding with Charisse. Now, this is what I think. I think that Giselle would go after anybody who became the fan favorite that wasn't her. I think she's really jealous of Karen. I think she feels very threatened by Karen, and so she wants to take Karen down because Karen's become a fan favorite. She's beloved. I think if the tables were turned and it was Charisse who became beloved, which I don't know how in the world that would happen because she is so funky, stale, and dry, then she would go after Charisse. I just think Giselle is just miserable and she would go after anybody that she felt threatened by. Now, when it comes to Robin, I think Robin is just miserable in general. Like, look at the grudge she held against Wendy for a couple of years now at this point, going against Wendy because Wendy had enough and she told her about herself. I think something must have happened in the past where Karen maybe slighted Robin or Robin took something the wrong way, and she has been holding a grudge against her ever since. Because to me, sorry, I have a couple flyaways. Because to me, Robin just seems miserable and very, very bitter, and she's holding some type of grudge. I also think the reason why the Green Eyed Bandits, Robin and Giselle, are going against Karen with Charisse is because they don't respect Charisse. And what I mean by that is I think that they're not threatened by her. Charisse doesn't have a husband, and word on the street is that Charisse is broke. But the fact that Karen is beloved, the fact that Karen is still married, the fact that Karen is married to the Black Bill Gates, whatever money they have or not, word on the street, it's more than what Charisse has. It's more than what Robin has. It's more than what Giselle has. They're just jealous. And I think that's what it really boils down to. And I think for this episode, the winners are Candiace and Karen. Candiace, lover or hater, she's been immature in the past, but she has shown a lot of growth, and she really stuck it to Ashley, but in a very emotionally mature way. Like, listen, sweetheart, you're trying to react to different things in your toxic marriage, but don't bring that negativity, don't bring that reaction to me and my house and my husband and my marriage. And I have to say, I also am proud of Ashley that she had that self-awareness to be like, you're right, you know what? I have been holding a grudge against you. I have had resentment against you. And this is why, of course, she didn't come all the way clean and say, hey, this is why I had my friend make up a story and lie on your husband. This is why I made up a story and lied on your husband. Was this for some get back? But basically, that is what the conclusion was. Ashley was on some get back because she was still in her feelings. And she probably had the same feelings about Giselle and Robin and everybody else who was talking about her husband, Michael Darby. But the person she felt comfortable with going after was Candiace. Because like Ashley said herself, Giselle has dirt on her. Remember, she said it at the when they got wine and stuff. So I think that Ashley felt the most comfortable going after Candiace and Chris because she was an easy target, and that's who they agreed to go after. Now, when it comes to Jacqueline and Mia, this is deep. This is deep. This is deep. This is deep. I think that there had already been some cracks in their friendship prior to them getting on the show. I think that there had already been some resentment brewing, there had been some jealousy brewing, there had been some competitiveness brewing. I mean, it takes a really particular type of person to have your husband buy somebody a Porsche, help them with a down payment on their house, have these sexual tryst encounters and have it just stay clean and hunky-dory forever, So I do think that there was probably things brewing in their friendship for a while, and this is just what came to a head. I think it was dead wrong for Mia to say to Jacqueline, close your legs to married men, and then insinuate that she was sleeping with and having affairs with multiple married men, when Jacqueline said the reason why she even came on the show was for Mia to have an ally, to have Mia's back, to have someone to go against the girls with. And then I get on this show, windmilling for you, being your mouthpiece, and then you turn around and tell the world that I'm sleeping with multiple married men. If I was Jacqueline, I would be hella pissed at Mia too. Hella pissed. How dare you? How dare you? And then Mia was like proud. She was like, yeah, I own it. I own it. I know G was married. I own that. I know he was a married man. Disgusting. No remorse, no couth, like nothing. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Now, did you guys catch how, and I also think that this was really, really disgusting on Charisse's part, when she said that Karen had been in rehab and that her friends went to rehab, got her out, and then they went and partied. But did you catch that Karen didn't deny it? So I guess Karen really did go to rehab, but rehab for what? I'm guessing the rehab was for booze. Because you can go to rehab for a lot of things. You can go to rehab for EDs, for drugs, for alcohol, prescription stuff. There's a lot of reasons why people go to rehab. I think it was for alcohol, because I think that Karen's drinking has been brought up before in the past. Remember when she said, I can't drink around you girls because she gets sloppy and just like tells everything and all of that stuff. So maybe it was for drinking, but Karen didn't deny it. She didn't deny it, but I thought that was really dirty, messing with somebody's sobriety, or not that Karen is sober because she's obviously drinking, but messing with somebody's, road to recovery or whatever it is, and outing them in that way, I thought was really dirty and really, 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 really grimy. I thought Wendy was also an MVP of the show, of the episode and of the show at this point, at least this season. I love that she brought up the hypocrisy that was going on. You know how they're trying to hold Karen to a different standard that they held Mia, because Karen was like, I apologize to the group for the behavior. Karen and Charisse fighting and going at it, I didn't like that. It just disturbed me. I sort of put it on in the background and I didn't really want to watch it or observe it. I'm tired of the slamming of the table and the yelling and the screaming and about to fight. I don't like that. I don't like that energy. I'm not into it. It was too much. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I'm ready for them to move on from that type of toxic behavior. I just simply was not here for it. I thought it was weird. But I think that Karen and Charisse, at the end of the day, Charisse, just deal with it. Karen doesn't rock with you. Let it go. You don't have to be friends with everybody. But the hypocrisy is real, because Robin likes to just not like Wendy. Robin likes to just ice Wendy out, not invite Wendy to stuff. So how is it okay for Robin to just not like Wendy, go after Wendy, talk about Wendy, ice her out, not invite her to family fun day, but all of a sudden it's a problem when Karen just says, I don't rock with Charisse. I'm not going to ice her out. I can be cordial, but I just don't rock with her. All of a sudden, Karen's a liar and Karen's horrible and she's this, that, and the third. It's the hypocrisy for me. So the Green-Eyed Bandits are allowed to just not like people and ice them out, but Karen can't just not like Charisse. It has to be some big conspiracy. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. It's horrible. I also think that Charisse was found out that she was lying. Because look what I found. Okay, now remember, I'm gonna show you guys the screenshot of the text message in a minute. But let me preface it. So basically, remember when uh Karen said, keep my mom's name out of your mouth. You basically just came to the funeral to have ammunition to say, hey, I'm the only one who came. I came to support you, blah, 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 which I think is true. I don't think Charisse, this is the thing. Charisse, you don't like Karen. You talk about her like a dog. You brought up her going to rehab. You keep saying she's cheating on her husband. If you don't like this woman, if you hate her so much, if you think she's so horrible, why are you so pressed and desperate to be friends with her? Let it go. Robin and Giselle are giving you camera time. They're inviting you. Karen isn't saying don't invite Charisse. She's saying I don't rock with you, but whatever. Why are you so pressed to be her friend? Let it go. Get your own storyline. That's why you got fired from the show, because you're dry and you're boring and you're stale. And I hope they fired Giselle and Robin. Robin with this fake lying wedding that is never going to happen. It's just a bunch of, smoke and mirrors. And I can't wait for Karen to tell it like it is. And honestly, do I think Karen has a boyfriend? Maybe. Do I care? No. I actually don't care. Karen, go do your thing, girl. Dip it and do it. If my husband gets on national television and he says to the world, I don't know if I'm still in love with you, if he is that emboldened to disrespect me on national television, Karen, go get blue eyes all day long. Go get the trainer, go get security, go get the driver all day long. Do you, boo boo. I think Karen is kind of pulling a Lenny. I think she's getting, the nips and the tucks and the sucks and the bumps and all of this. Is it for a Ray? I don't know. Is it for blue eyes? Maybe. But at the end of the day, if Karen is cheating, I actually don't care. Do the damn thing. It's 2023. We have to just be open to what goes on in relationships and stop faking it and fronting it like everything is some puritanical world we live in. That's a damn lie. Okay. Relationships aren't like that. So if Karen is dipping it and doing it, do the damn thing. Because Ray had no problem saying on national television, I don't know if I'm still in love with you. So if you have no problem embarrassing me in public, then I have no problem dipping it and doing it with blue eyes. So Karen, live your life, girl. Live your life. Do you. Charisse, you need to go away. Like you just need to do it. Now, this is where the lie comes in. So, Karen told the truth when she said that she thought Charisse just wanted to use as ammo, because remember when the producers flashed back to the unseen footage and we saw Charisse on camera, even though they did not air it, it was still on camera. That's why they had the footage. And she was like, oh, well, I showed up for your mom, and kind of throwing it in her face that the other women didn't show up. That's disgusting. And that proves Karen's point. You only came to have something on me, and now you want me to make me feel bad. But you remember when then Charisse said, well, when my mom died, you only sent me a text that just said, I'm sorry, condolences. Well, if this is real, because as we know, there is Photoshop, but if this is real, this shows that Charisse was lying. So this is what's going on around on the internet. This is allegedly a text exchange between Charisse and Karen. So Karen says to Charisse, my family and I want to extend our condolences on the passing of your father. Know that God is in charge and he is at rest. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. When time permits, I would like the address where flowers are being received. If there is a charity you would like us to donate in memory of, please advise. Again, both of you and your family are in our thoughts and prayers. Love, Karen. And then we see the top of it says, thank you, Karen, and then it goes on. So this sounds like Karen. It sounds the way she talks, condolences, friends and family, God's in charge, charity, all of that stuff. It sounds like Karen. And to me, this is really heartfelt. And to be honest, so that proves, if this is real, because Photoshop, but I think it's real. It's been floating around, that Charisse was lying. And to be honest, I'm more in Karen's camp when it comes to this, because if I don't rock with you, why am I going to your parents' funeral? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. at all. All right, so let's get to what you guys are saying so we can have a fun conversation. And put all your questions in the comments box down below. And let's see what is up. Oh, that's me talking to you guys. Remember I said blonde hair? Hey, Barbara says, hi, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. Sequoia says, hello, everyone. Lit says, hi. I totally agree. Hey, Lit, what is up? Hey, Velda. Velda says, happy Monday. Happy Monday, sweetheart. Hey, Sequoia. She's like, I feel like they're doing Karen how they did with Monique to get her riled up and push her out. That is a very good point. And also, all of the ladies, except for, honestly, Karen, and maybe this is another reason why Giselle and Robin are so mad at her, had no problem trying to destroy Monique and Chris Samuel's marriage. They had no problem. They got together saying, let's say Monique is cheating with her trainer. Let's say the baby isn't Chris's. They had no problem trying to destroy Chris Samuel's and Monique's marriage and their family. They had no problem trying to destroy Wendy and Eddie, bringing the fake rumors to the show that Eddie was cheating and he had a side baby, both which turned out not to be true. They had no problem with that. All of them, basically, except for, a couple of them, like Karen really wasn't participating. Ashley and Candiace both participated at different times with different women, but they both were in on it. It's ridiculous. Lit says she's living in a townhouse. Who's living in a townhouse? Charisse? Word on the street, she's really, really broke. And this is the thing. I don't like, I'm not shaming anybody for how much money they have or they don't have, but she does. And she's coming on the show trying to front, and that's the issue. Hey, Velda, Robin's bizarre, vicious outburst against Karen. It's just weird. I agree. It's weird. It's like, Robin, what's really good? And this is the thing. Robin keeps saying, Karen, why are you so mad at Charisse? What's the issue? Robin, why are you so mad at Karen? What's the issue? We know why you can't stand Wendy, because you're jealous, because Wendy is actually married to a man who actually loves her, and she has a beautiful family unit, and she has money, and she's fine, and she's booked, and she's busy, and she read you for filth about your fake relationship and your fake life and everything going on with you, and you came for her and hers. I get it. You're still in your feelings, and you haven't gotten over it yet. Girl, grow up and let it go. But why are you so pressed, Robin, against Karen? Why are you so pressed? It's psychotic. In this episode, you really saw it. We have to talk about this, Karen and Giselle. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Charisse is amazing. She's the queen. She's great. It makes no sense other than the fact that they are not threatened by Charisse, but they're threatened by Karen. I think if the tables had turned and Charisse became the fan favorite, they would be going after her because they love to knock people down when they think that they are above them and they think that they are doing better than them. They love to knock people down. Okay, let's keep going. Hey, Sequoia. She goes, having a miscarriage is a very devastating, and when somebody makes fun of it, it's hurtful in my opinion. I agree 100%. It was dead wrong for Candiace to insinuate that Ashley was lying or exaggerating about her miscarriage. I agree. That was dead wrong. And I'm also very happy that Ashley finally acknowledged it and said it to her face. These are the reasons why I'm harboring resentment against you. These are the reasons why it's been difficult to move forward in my friendship with you. It's because when you said this, it hurt me. When this happened, it hurt me. And I'm happy that Candiace has grown enough to receive that and not lash out and not defend herself, but take ownership and say what I said was wrong and it was messed up. So I like to see that because that makes more sense. Unlike the Robin and the Giselles who are just going after people and having outbursts and going all this, that, and the third without context. But to say, this is why I've been resentful, this is why this is happening, that's when you are able to move forward, So I agree. Hey, Vaca, what's up, sweetheart? Hey, Velda. She says, for once, Candiace spoke with sense, decorum, and maturity. Exactly. So much better than her normal crazy reads. Velda, I agree 100%. We've seen the growth. I think that Candiace found the right therapist. I think she found the right therapist. And I don't think it's that guy she was using before, whoever the hell it was. But I think she found the right therapist and she actually surrendered to the process of personal growth. And I got to give it to her. I definitely did not agree or like the way she acted and responded for the majority of the time she's been on the show. But this last season, she's really shown growth. I agree. And I hope she stays on the show. I hope she doesn't let them run her out. Velda says the whole Jacqueline and Mia beef is disjointed and strange. Mia is fake and phony. 100%. I think Mia is stuck in her pick me mentality. And I think this is what I think really happened between Mia and Jacqueline. I think Mia thought that she could run Jacqueline and then have Jacqueline just be her mouthpiece, partner in crime on the show. Jacqueline came on and said, yes, I'll be your ride or die. I'll be your mouthpiece. They got in the show. Mia likes to run her mouth. She talks in circles. She talks in riddles. She tells half-truths. She got too big for her britches. She thought for whatever psycho reason she could trust Giselle and Robin, but they don't like you, boo-boo. They laugh at you and they use you. I think the only friend she really had was Karen. And then she let Giselle and Robin talk her against Karen. Giselle and Robin were talking like Mia like a dog. Karen was just like, well, this is what she said to me too. But yet she holds it against Karen, but not against Giselle and Robin because it's that pick me mentality. And like she said, she told on herself, well, we need to get our story straight because Jacqueline then got cornered without Mia being there with Giselle and Robin. Oh, you guys have sex with who? You guys do what with who? You have a flashlight where? You slept with her boyfriend here? You did this, that, there? And Jacqueline's like, how much do I tell? What do I tell? I don't know what to tell. And Mia's like, what did you say? What didn't you say? When you get our story straight, all of this stuff. And I think that Mia isn't necessarily the brightest bulb in the light shed or whatever it's called. I don't know. Maybe I'm not being the brightest bulb right now with that analogy. And she got caught in lies. She got caught in half-truths. She got caught in not wanting to say what the real deal was. And she took it out on Jacqueline rather than saying, Robin and Giselle, mind your business and stay out of my business, and rather than shutting her own mouth. And that's where I think it got really messed up with. And then I also think that there was resentment brewing. I think it's really hard to have, sexual encounters with people's husbands, with people's significant others, and when also having money being exchanged and cars being bought and houses being bought without resentment, competition, and jealousy brewing, and then you add a reality TV show to that, of course it's going to blow up. Hey, Sequoia. She goes, why is she making fun of someone having an addiction problem? America has an addiction problem. Good for Karen to acknowledge and trying to fix it, in my opinion. I agree. I thought it was very dirty and dead wrong for Charisse to out the fact that Karen went to rehab. It was really, really dirty and really, really dead wrong. And it's like, if that's what you have on Karen, Charisse, shut up and go away. Charisse is not interesting. And to be honest, what is Charisse's storyline outside of Karen? What is Robin's storyline outside of Karen? Because nobody is buying the fake marriage. What is Giselle's storyline outside of Karen? I'll wait. Who is Giselle seeing? What businesses is Giselle doing? And don't talk about this reasonably shady tour that was horrible. Nobody went to. It was boring as hell and it was stale and funky. And they were still trying to shade and compete with Karen with it. So what do these women have going on outside of Karen? It's ridiculous. Hey, Barbara. She goes, that was terrible to ball and to bring up something on TV. It was disgusting. I agree. It was disgusting to bring up the fact that Karen went to rehab. And I am proud of Karen for not taking the bait. And I mean, she did blow up, but but not taking the bait and lying about it. I'm happy that Karen, she didn't admit to it, but she didn't say it didn't happen either. And I'm proud of her for doing that because that they would try and turn it around and throw it in her face, but it was disgusting. Barbara says, that was terrible that somebody's recovery is even brought up on the show. I agree 100%. I don't blame Karen. I can't stand that woman. I agree. Why would Karen want to be friends with Charisse? Don't forget, Charisse was the first person that brought to the show that Karen allegedly was cheating on Ray. It was seasons ago. Maybe it was Charisse's last season as a full-time housewife, or maybe she was making a cameo, but it was at the reunion when she brought up Blue Eyes. So why would she want to rock with you? And also, Charisse, you don't like Karen. Why would Karen want to be friends with someone that doesn't like her? I don't get it. Let it go. It's bizarre. Barbara says, time for the Green Eyed Bandits to cease and desist before I do it to the show. I agree. I think it's really sad and unfortunate, but to me, Potomac is feeling too much like Beverly Hills. The work is showing. Nobody has their own storylines. Their personalities aren't strong enough to carry the show on their own like some other people's are. And there's too much dirty fighting. There's too much lying. There's too much them trying to produce stuff. And it's just boring and stale and funky. You know, we've been saying Giselle and Robin are the new Erica and Erica Girardi and Lisa Rinna. And it's not working. It's not working. Giselle is not interesting at all. She might be pretty, but but her inside, her personality makes her ugly as hell. Giselle is not interesting at all. She can't read. She can't dress. And she doesn't bring anything to the show. She's like, oh, I'm dating someone, but I'm not going to talk about him on the show, but I'm going to get into everybody else's business. Are you dating someone, Giselle? Or is that just a lie? We all know Robin is broke as hell in a fake relationship with her roommate, Juan. It's just not interesting. The show isn't interesting anymore. And it's getting harder and harder to watch. Like, honestly, watching that fight between Charisse and Karen, I wanted to turn the TV off. It wasn't funny. It wasn't engaging. It wasn't a kiki. It was sad and hard to watch. They got to get it together over there in Potomac. Hey, Velda, it's disgusting to see. I'm sorry. It's disgusting to use seeking help for an addiction as a negative. It's making fun of a cancer patient getting treatment and make it make sense. Exactly. Charisse trying to shame Karen for seeking help is very disgusting. It's sending the message that there's something wrong with you if you seek help. It's something that somebody should shade you for. When it should be applauded. That you're like, you know what? I have a problem. I can't fix this by myself, and I need to get some help. I need to get some accountability. I agree. It's disgusting. Charisse needs to go. Robin needs to go. Giselle needs to go. Candiace can stay. Wendy can stay. And Karen can stay. And even Ashley can stay. Mia can go. And Jacqueline can go too, because I don't think that without Mia, we would be invested in Jacqueline, if that makes sense. Hey, Sequoia, Charisse is bitter and mad about how she left Potomac the first time. Charisse said her husband was cheating in the marriage and she sold her soul to live that life. 100%. This is the thing. Charisse, she said it herself. She sold her soul to live that life. She knew her husband was cheating. She was probably miserable the whole time. And she's pissed that even though she sold her soul and she stuck with the guy who was cheating on her, he still left her and she still is broke, allegedly. And money and a relationship obviously does not make you worthy or a good person or good enough or any of that stuff, right? They're just things. But when you weaponize those things against other people, that's when people are like, but your street isn't clean either. You don't have any money. You're not married. You put up with stuff to have this so-called life. And yet you want to get on here and fake it and be fake and phony and then come after other people, tear other people down, come after their marriages, come after their pocket. It's the hypocrisy for me. Hey, Barbara, if Robin and Juan were going to get married, it should have happened in real time already. It didn't happen. Listen, they're not getting married. Please. The reason why Robin only wants her and the kids is because she wants it to be just like a ceremony, but she doesn't want any real witnesses to say, where's the marriage license? You know what I mean? And they also probably don't have the money for a wedding, right? That's why she's piggybacking off of her brother-in-law's marriage. So they're like, we're already spending the money to be in Jamaica. We're already there. rather than spending money on traveling someplace else or booking a venue or on invitations, on location, on food and on beverage. Let's just piggyback off of it because we're already there. Say we got married, so they don't have to spend any money because they probably don't have the money for a big lavish wedding that you would expect being a quote housewife on Bravo TV. So I think it's both. I think it's one, financial. They don't have the money for a Bravo TV wedding. And I also think they're not getting really married because they're roommates and they're co-parenting at this point. He does him, she does her. She's sad, bitter, and miserable, and she's spreading that misery all over the place. It's not fun to watch. To be honest, this episode, in my opinion, sucked. And it sucked because other than Ashley and Candiace having an actual adult conversation about this is what you did that hurt me, and this is why I resent you, and this is why we keep having issues. Now that we've talked about it, we've addressed it, we've each taken ownership, now we can just put it to bed and move on. Other than that actual adult conversation, this episode sucked. I didn't like watching them sit up there and just complain and bicker and fight and call people out for going to rehab, trying to destroy marriages and all of this stuff. It sucked. It sucked, and it was really, really hard to watch. And they need to get it together because it's not a fun show anymore. Velda says Charisse needs to upgrade her Walmart wardrobe, dump the ratty wigs, and get her own life to bring in the show. No lies detected, 100% Velda, 100%. Baca says, the way Karen seems to think Ray is some Brad Pitt look-alike, I can't believe she is cheating. Now, do I think Karen dipped out? Yeah. But like I said before, good on her. Good on her. I don't think it's going to affect her marriage, and good on her. Get it, girl. Hey, Tabitha, and do it with grace, 100%. Hey, Donna, it goes to show you how low some of these women will go, not just on this franchise, but all of them. Yeah, that's the problem that all of the franchise have been having. It's the darkness. It's going so low. It's the lies. It's the manipulation. It's the bitterness. It's like, honestly, they need to find women who are actually happy in their lives. And the show is just an addition to their happiness, not clinging to their happiness. Because that's really what's wrong. All of these, quote, villains and bad guys and pot stirrers, they're just, and I'm going to be honest, they're just miserable and bitter women. Erica, Lisa Rinna, Giselle, Robin, Charisse, Ramona. The ones who go down all the way down to hell, and it's really, really hard to watch, it's when they are miserable and bitter. And it's not even always about money or a marriage. It's usually just they are just miserable and bitter and unhappy. And then we have to sit here and watch them spread their misery instead of having a fun kiki. Sequoia says Charisse needs to go away like that tired Play-Doh wig. You guys, damn. Velda says all these franchises moved from glitz and glamour to ghetto and gutter. All of them did, especially over there in Beverly Hills. Sequoia says, now it makes sense why Charisse had no problem flooding rumors trying to break up Monique's marriage. Yeah, she was jealous. Charisse was jealous. Because remember, she even said, oh, Monique just used me for my connections and my contacts and my network. Charisse, what contacts and networks do you have? Because if you had all of these contacts, if you had all of the network, if you were the Grand Dame of Potomac, then why are you so desperate to get back on a show that nobody really wants you on other than the Green Eyed Bandits because they don't feel threatened by you because you're not married, you're not happy, you're miserable, and you're bitter, and you're broke just like they are. That's why they rock with you, Charisse, because you're like them and they're not threatened by you. They don't rock with women that they are threatened by. They don't rock with Wendy because Wendy is intelligent, she's married, she has money, and she has a beautiful family. They don't rock with Karen because Karen is the Grand Dame. She's popular. She has Ray. She has everything going on. She has it. She is the it girl, and they're jealous of that. They didn't rock with Monique because Monique had 4 homes, a husband who loved her, a beautiful family, and money. They systematically go after people that they are threatened by. So if the green-eyed bandits are rocking with you, it's because they actually clown you and they think that you're beneath them and they're not threatened by you. That's why they rock with Mia, because they're not threatened by Mia. They think that her marriage is a joke. They think that she's I don't uh, I don't want to say the word on my channel, and I don't like to call other women this, but they think that she's a loose woman. They think that she's promiscuous. You know what I mean? They think that she isn't that smart. They think that, behind the scenes, she's probably broke. So they will use Mia. They don't actually like her, but they will use her because they don't respect her. But the moment they run out of targets, she'll be the next one because they don't actually really like her. Same thing with Ashley. They rock with Ashley because they clown her. They talk about Michael Darby being a predator. They think that her marriage and all of that is a sham. They think that Ashley is loosey goosey, whatever. That's why they don't rock with people. Quiet as it's kept, I think they don't rock with Candiace because they know Chris genuinely loves her. I think all marriages have their up and down, but I think Chris and Candiace are genuinely in love. And I think they have a really good marriage at the end of the day. No marriage is perfect, right? And I think they're jealous of that. I think they are because they don't have it. And I get it. Candiace was very problematic in the past, but we have to be able to meet people where they are today. And today, I'm rocking with Candiace. Hey, Sequoia, Charisse paid $92,000 for a champagne room, all to have her to sell her house under market value. Hashtag pressed. Exactly. Because it's one thing to get the house, but can you maintain the house? That's when your blessing becomes a burden. You get the big house, you get all the stuff. I'm talking to you, Heather Dubrow, because I don't think you and Terry have the type of money you try to pretend you do. You get the big house, but can you maintain it? You have a huge house. It's called if you didn't pay it all in full, it's called a mortgage. It's called heat. It's called electricity. It's called the water bill. It's called upkeep. It's called maintenance. Girl. So that's sometimes people want these huge, big things, but don't just pray for the thing. Pray for the provision to maintain the thing. So you don't get out here like Charisse and have this huge mansion just to say you have it, and then you have to go sell it under market value because you couldn't maintain it. Don't get out here like Heather Dubrow and Terry Dubrow trying to play in our faces. You didn't build your dream house. You literally put everything in that house yourself. Your embryos or whatever the heck they were, obviously no disrespect to IVF and all of that stuff, in the house only to turn around and sell it a couple years later to get a condo in Century City. Could you not maintain the house? Is there something going on in your marriage? Heather Dubrow, Terry Dubrow, stop playing in our faces, because I don't trust just because you act like you're fancy pants means you have the money. Look at Jen Shaw. Look at Erica Girardi. You look at a lot of people. I'm not saying that they're doing anything fraudulent. Look at the Chrisleys. I'm not saying that Terry and Heather are doing anything fraudulent. I don't think that. But just because you put on the front of having money doesn't mean you have enough money to maintain that front. Because I think there's something up with that. You know what I mean? Hey, Tabitha, misery loves company. Karen, Wendy, and Candiace have a husband and family, what they are all longing for. 100%. 100%. Yes, Barbara, me too. I wish Candy and Ashley would team up. I agree. I think it would be so much fun to watch Candiace and Ashley have fun. And by all accounts, they should be friends. They should be. But I hope they're able to let the past go and move forward together, because I agree. They are a hoot. They're a hoot together. Hey, Vaca, this is the first time I heard Candiace sound like a mature, growing adult. I was so happy to see this change. I agree. 100%. Hey, Sequoia, I agree, Velda. It was refreshing to see for once to toxic conversations, but instead very productive. Yes, 100%. Hey, Braba, yeah, Mia is a liar. I don't like her. I don't like Mia either. And it wasn't that I ever disliked her until now. I just don't get, what is Mia's end game? Like, what is she doing? Like, she really thought she could trust Giselle and Robin to tell them on camera that she let her friend Jacqueline have sex with her boyfriend while she watched, and there would be no repercussions for that? Does she really think Giselle and Robin are her friends? Is she that dense? Giselle and Robin don't care about you. They laugh about you behind your back, and they're using you for a storyline and for fodder. And also, did she really think that she could um tell these women about anything in her life that they weren't going to, put under a microscope and try and scrutinize and then turn around and throw it back in her face? These women are not your friend, Mia. Jacqueline was your friend until you told the entire world that she was sleeping with married men. Girl. Hey Sequoia, Mia seems to be passive aggressive and hold on to things that has to weigh a lot. I agree. She's very passive aggressive. She does her little digs and then she tries to run away. Hey Peggy. Peggy says, hi Candy. Hey sweetheart, how are you? Hey Baka. But I don't believe all those stories about Mia and Jackie having threesomes and the man getting her a Porsche. I hear Jackie can buy her own Porsche several times over because she has a good job. This is the thing. Do I think Gordon has given Jackie money in the past for a Porsche or for a house? Yes. Gordon said it himself. Mia said it and Jacqueline said it. Because remember when all three of them got together? They all said it. So I believe it. Do I think that Jackie is in a position now? Yes. Has Jackie always been in that position? Maybe, maybe not. And again, just because somebody has a good job and they're making money, it doesn't mean that they have enough money to maintain or get certain things, if that makes sense. So do I think that in the past, did Gordon do stuff for Jackie? Yes. Is Jackie now in a position to do for herself? Yes. If that makes sense. So I don't think that those things are mutually exclusive. You could have in the past somebody do stuff for you and then you get on your feet, because what didn't they say that it was either during her divorce or during a rough patch or something that Gordon was helping her out with stuff. So I think both are true. I think Jackie is successful and makes her own money, and I do think Gordon in the past gave her money because all three of them said it. So I think that. Hey, hot spicy tea. Hello, Candy. Finally caught alive. Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome. Hey, Joanne. I just got here. Hi, y'all. Hey, sweetheart. What is up? Join the crew. Hey, Sequoia. You're right, Candy. It seems self-produced to me. Just need new faces, period, that we don't know on both franchises. I agree. I think I have been saying this forever. I think what they need is freshness, not revamps, not reboots. Like they need a refresh. Fresh faces, fresh storylines, fresh marriages, fresh friendships, fresh faces, all of it. It just needs to be fresh, new people, not this rinse, wash, recycle, repeat. Talk like Charisse and Karen feud. Who gives an F? We don't. Let it go. It's just boring. Giselle and Robin have nothing to bring to the show. They're not aspirational. I don't even think they're that beautiful, to be honest. Just because they have blonde hair and green eyes doesn't make you beautiful. Their insides, to me, make them look really ugly. They're hard to watch at this point. Like, I've hit it. I've hit the wall. I said it before. To me, this episode and this season sucks. The only saving grace is Wendy speaking up for herself, Candiace's emotional maturity and growth, Karen just being Karen just existing is enough. Other than that, this whole season sucked. I'm tired of them slut shaming Mia and Jacqueline. I'm tired of them throwing the fact that Karen went to rehab in her face. That was disgusting. I'm tired of them physically fighting, the low blows, the verbal abuse. Like, it's enough. I want to watch TV to escape. There is enough of all of that in the world. You want that? Turn on the news. Some people, you want that? Go into your own household. Some people just go on social media. We want entertainment. I don't want to be triggered and traumatized watching Bravo. It's ridiculous. Joanne says the last two reunions, Giselle had nothing to say. Exactly. What is she bringing to the show? Nothing. She's not even a fan favorite. We can't even stand her. Hey, Bravo, I heard that Karen and Jacqueline are hanging out in real time. Yup, I heard that too. Karen and Jacqueline are now friends because Mia flipped on Karen to be accepted by the Green Eyed Bandits. When the truth is, Karen was the only person on that show who actually was rocking for Mia. Okay, let's see. Vodka says, my idea cast would be Mia, Jackie, Ashley, Jizzy, Wendy, Candiace, Grandam, no Robin, no Charisse, basically. Well, this is the thing. Oh, you kept Mia and Jackie. Yeah, because I think that if we keep Jackie, we have to keep Mia. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess we could do a trial run, but I don't know if Jackie is um, dynamic enough without the Mia hook. We don't know enough about Jackie except for her Mia stuff. So I see that. Hey, Barbara says hi, Joanne. Joanna's doing hearts. Hey, hot spicy tea. They have been dragging this wedding forever. Yeah, she said, oh, we've been engaged for 2 years. It's time to get married. You're not getting married. Stop lying, boo boo. It's fake. Hey, Sierra content. I wish somebody would drag Robin in the last episode. She is so obnoxious and she swears she's clever, but she's actually dim-witted. No lies detected. I think Robin and Karen go at it next episode. I think that's when Karen really lets her have it. And then Robin does her same funky, stale, and dry stuff. Oh, this is Blue Eyes. This is Blue Eyes. Shut up, Robin. Nobody cares. We are rooting for Karen. I'm rooting for Karen and Ray, and I'm rooting for Karen and Blue Eyes. It might not be right, but I'm going to be honest. It's how I feel. I want Karen to have crazy, fun, wild sex with Blue Eyes and just live her best life. And I want her to be happy grand dame with Ray as well. I want Karen to have her cake and I want her to eat it too. I love Karen. I want her to be happy. I don't think Blue Eyes is affecting her marriage because sometimes people have agreements in their marriage. So let her live. Robin, get a life. Live your truth, Robin. Live your truth. Shame the devil and tell the truth, Robin. What's going on in your house? Okay. And then Karen is going to come out and say, oh, you have this stuff, when you know that Juan allegedly is dating a blonde woman who lives in Georgetown. Shout out to Georgetown. He lives in Georgetown, right? So, girl, take care of yourself. And I agree with you. Robin is a mess. She has no storyline. Her personality absolutely sucks. She's mean and she's vindictive and she's miserable. There's nothing enjoyable about watching this woman. Like there's nothing enjoyable about watching her. She sits in her confessionals and she's also like the epitome of hypocrisy. The way she's dogged Wendy, the way she's tried to ice out Wendy, the way she didn't invite Wendy to stuff, she thinks that's okay. The way she didn't stick up for Wendy when Wendy was assaulted by Mia, she thinks that's okay. But the fact that Karen just says, I don't rock with Charisse, it is what it is, I can be cordial, but I just don't rock with her, all of a sudden you want to villainize Karen for actually being honest? It's a mess. Hey, Gossip News. Can we keep Jackie, Candiace, Karen, Wendy, lose Cha-Cha, Ashley, Robin, Longneck, and Lying Mia? Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Hot Spicy Tea. I do like Karen. She is funny. I love Karen. I love Karen. She's the grand dame. Let her live. Let her live. I love Karen. Hey, Joanne, I don't like them going for happy marriages out of jealousy. That part. That part. Hey, Gossip News, like Robin, Longneck, Ashley, and Manly Mia can so go. Yep. It's enough. It's enough. Baka says exactly. Yes. Hey, Barbara. The Green Eyed Bandits don't see anything wrong with the behavior. They said it and Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, they did. They did. But that's going to come back and bite them in the butt. They're going to get Lisa Rinna real quick because Giselle was on there like, well, you know what? Social media doesn't pay my bills. Social media doesn't cash my checks. Actually, we do. Without us, without the YouTubers, without Twitter, without Instagram, without all of us, without the Facebook groups, without us, the audience being engaged and caring, you would have no ratings. And without ratings, you don't have advertisers. And without advertisers, you don't have money. And without money, you don't have a network and you don't have a check, boo-boo. So you want to keep getting on Watch What Happens Live and having all the pride and bravado, you're going to get fired just like Lisa Rinna did over there. So keep running your mouth, Giselle and Robin. Hey, Barbara, Simpleton Robin said, if the fans are upset, that means they like the show. That sounded so dumb. Again, keep acting like Lisa Rinna and you're gonna mess up and find out. What did Lisa Rinna say when she got booed at BravoCon? Oh, it's like wrestling. If they boo you, that means you're their favorite character. So that means they like me the most if they're booing me. They boo their favorite people. Mm-hmm. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hey, Sierra. She goes, Heather and Terry's house came and went like a bad cold. Justice for Noella. Exactly. Exactly. And it kills me when people are out here like, oh, Heather must have gotten so much money for her house. It's like, because at the end of the day, when you allegedly reach a certain level of wealth, it's no longer about the money. And the fact that she spent years and she decorated everything they put in that house and then she just sold it like that overnight, put it on the market under the radar. Like, she put the house on the market. Don't let her lie and twist it. Nobody came and said, hey, can we buy your house off the blue? She put it on the market with that guy. I think it's Josh Flagg. He's on like million dollar listing or whatever it is. She put it on the market with him, but they did it sneakily. Because certain people, they don't have to put it on like the listing. They have certain people where they say, hey, I want to sell my house. You reach out to your people who and they do it under the table. And it came out. And then you know how we also know she did it? Because she was working with that Heather girl from Selling Sunset. She was working with her for months to buy the condo. So why were you trying to buy a condo unless you were already trying to sell your house? What is really good? And it's so funny to me how people are like, oh, Heather, they have so much money, fancy pants. But when Toya Bush Harris did the same exact thing on Married to Medicine, all of a sudden, oh, Toya's broke, she's horrible, she's running Eugene to down, he's working himself to death. Oh, blah 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 blah. They couldn't afford the house. Da, 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 da. So Heather and Toya essentially did the same exact thing. They both got up on TV, said that they were building their dream forever homes. Who knows what happened in the background with the finances in the marriage? And they sold their dream house under very odd, questionable circumstances. But yet somehow Heather Dubrow still gets to pretend like she's so this and that, but yet we want to dog the hell out of Toya. That's what I don't like. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. They both sold their quote dream homes under questionable circumstances. I'm not here to talk about anybody's finances like that because I don't like that karma juju on me. I think that when you kind of shame people for human things, I don't like that coming back on me. Maybe they did what was best for their families. Maybe they did what was best for their finances. Maybe they did what was best for their marriages. And maybe we should just let people have human moments where they just have to do what's best for them and their lives and not this appearance and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think Heather isn't being honest about the reasons why she sold her house. And if we're going to call Toya to task for doing it, we need to call Heather to task for doing it because Heather Dubrow is not better than Toya Bush. They're not. They're both human beings and they're both women who sold their quote dream homes under questionable circumstances. And both of their husband and both of them work their husbands down to the bone. Terry Dubrow has like 35 spinoffs. He's still doing plastic surgery. He's writing books. They're doing what do you call it? They're doing products and all this, that, and the third. So if we're saying that Toya is running Eugene down to the ground, is Heather running Terry down to the ground? Oh no, Terry just gets to be, he's just a plastic surgeon and they're entrepreneurs and they have their businesses, but yet they're working themselves to death too. I just don't like the hypocrisy. If we're going to run Toya Bush down to the ground, we have to do the same thing for Heather. Or if we're going to let Heather have the narrative about what she's doing, then we need to let Toya have the narrative about what she's doing too. Hey, Hot Spicy Tea says, exactly. Joanne says, Sierra, right? Joanne says, I have to watch this recap to watch the episode. See you. Yes. Hey, Sequoia says, I died when Giselle said the geriatric fight, though, LOL. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Hey, Vodka, Robin is horrific looking to me. She looks like she can beat up Juan. Maybe that's why he is scared to leave her. I was thinking me and Jackie made up all that stuff for the storyline. Oh, you think we made up? See, this is what I think. I think they were telling the truth, and then they realized how it was coming across, and they tried to reel it in. That's what I think happened. I think that they were trying to reel it in. I think they realized that they told too much, and they were trying to reel it in. And then they were trying to do damage control. That's what I think. I think they were doing damage control. Hey, Sequoia, it seems slut shaming has become the norm, and it's fine to do. It's viciously done to Portia, and she was single. Yep. Hey, Baca, if I were Karen, I would laugh in Robin's face and say, yes, my blue eyes and my Bill Gates. I have both, and I'm happy. What about you, Robin? Exactly. Karen is living her best life, and she looks amazing doing it. Sarah says, laughing my A off, right? I'm rooting for Karen, Ray, and Blue Eyes as well. Yes, I'm rooting for the team. I'm rooting for Karen, Ray, and Blue Eyes. I'm rooting for the team. Let Karen live. Let her do the damn thing. Let her live. Let her live. I'm down for it. I'm with it. Hey, Sequoia, hoping that Karen read Robin with all the allegations which tweets about Ron and his roommate Robin, including the lawsuit. I wonder if they bring up the lawsuit this season, or did the lawsuit come out after filming? So we'll have to see. But they have to address it at least at the reunion, because they haven't filmed the reunion yet, and the lawsuit has been out. Sierra says, exactly. Robin treated Wendy way worse than Karen treated Charisse, dim-witted. That part. Hey, Vaca, by the way, side note, I'm so happy you were right about Bravo firing Renna. You were spot on with that one. I told you, see, my conspiracy theory, guys. My conspiracy theories becoming true. They becoming true. Hey, Sierra, Charisse gonna need a vitamin B shot or something if she gonna stick around. If she don't, pluck them eyes open and look alive. Not a vitamin B shot. I love it. Hey, Vaca, yes, justice for Noella. I liked how in the most recent season of Real Housewives of Orange County, but I hate now nobody can say not one criticism about her getting up in arms. She loves when everybody kisses her butt. 100%. That's the thing. With Heather, she has to control the narrative about her at all times, and if you call her to task, she gets all up in arms. Hey, Sierra, if she was alive in the water when they were looking for the live victims after the Titanic crash, they would have left her a child. 100%. Barbara's laughing at you, Sierra. I love it. Barbara says, I don't care what Heather does. I think she's dull. Fancy Pants is dull. She is. She really is. This is the thing. I enjoy Heather Dubrow. Like, she's okay, but I can take her or leave her. She's cool if she's there, but I don't miss her if she's not there. Like, I don't think she is like a necessity to have on the show. Baca says, Team Karen, Ray, and Blue Eyes. Exactly. I'm here for the whole team. Hey, speaker to girl, my salad. She goes, hey, my favorite candy cane. Mwah. Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Morel says, hello, Morel. What is up? Yes, you guys. So this has been such a fun Potomac review and a recap. So if you've had fun, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. And also check out the description box down below, because in addition to all of the pop culture and reality TV stuff I do on my channel, we also do self-care, self-love, and wellness content. So check out those videos. And then also down below, I have a ton of courses and a podcast, movies, books, and a free newsletter. If you sign up for it, you will get a free self-love guide. So check it out down below. Oh, and for anybody who joined late, don't forget I showed this receipt. Charisse has been caught lying on Karen. This was the receipt from Karen texting Charisse. It says, Charisse, my family and I want to extend our condolences on the passing of your father. Know that God is in charge and he is at rest. If there's anything I can do, please let me know when time permits. I would like the address where to send flowers are being received. If there is a charity you would like us to donate to, please advise. Again, both you and your family are in our thoughts and prayers. Love, Karen. So this is Karen's receipt showing that Charisse was lying about the fact that Karen just said, oh, sorry for your loss. So it is what it is. But I love you guys so, so, so much. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Mwah. I love you. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go!